Alabama, May 29th, 2023. We're still doing the series, The Big Bang is a Big Lie. This is session number 5, different ways to prove the earth cannot possibly be billions of years old. One of them tonight we're going to talk about is comets. They cannot be billions of years old. So we're on Rumble, we're on Genesis Baptist Church on YouTube, a whole bunch of other places on Odyssey, Facebook. You can get all those on our website, drdino.com. We believe the Bible is literally true and scientifically accurate. God made everything in 6 days. We want to strengthen your faith in the Word of God. If you're not saved, we're going to try to get you saved, or at least make you think about it. And number 3, if you're saved and not doing much for the Lord, we want to make you uncomfortable. There's a war going on, soldier. Get busy. Boot camp coming up here soon, next month, 3 weeks. Come on down, visit our creation boot camp. It's going to be a blast. If you want to help us stay open for free, our whole ministry is open for free, always has been. Join our 777 club. See, I like what they're doing. Go to drdino.com, our website, and click the donate button and help us out, because we don't charge anything. We spend a lot of money, but we don't charge anything, okay? What's the deal? Oh, no super chats on YouTube. Don't do that. Call the office. If you want to donate money, don't do it on YouTube, okay? We've got a little problem they're working on. Okay, make any checks to CSE, Creation Science Evangelism, if you would. We have our seminar series on science in the Bible, 18 hours of teaching as fast as I can talk, which is pretty fast. $50. You can make all the copies you want if you don't sell them and don't edit them, okay? Don't alter them. Okay, let's see. Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. We've got a large taxidermy collection up in our science center. That's only half of it. The other half still needs to come from North Carolina. The guy said, Brother Hovind, I got a whole warehouse full of stuff for your taxidermy for your science center. If you know anybody coming your way from Asheville, North Carolina, that can pull probably an 18-foot trailer, we'll have to rent a U-Haul or something unless you got one. Come on down. Call me, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 3. I was talking to the guy today. I said, brother, I know the kind of work he does. It cleans up after hurricanes. I said, we need a long-reach excavator. He said, well, what for? I said, well, we got 16 lakes and ponds to keep the bottom cleaned out and dig fish in holes and stuff. He said, oh, you need a dredge. It's actually called the Dino Dredge. Can you believe it?
It was meant to be.
Yeah. He said, the Dino Dredge is probably what you need. They're $115,000 brand new. Well, it might as well be $10 billion brand new for me. He said, you can rent one for a month for $15,000. That's still a lot of money. Anyway, we would put it on the lake, drive it back and forth. It's already got our name on it, Dino, and clean out one lake and just keep it here forever. If we can find, if you know, a used one or something like that, especially a free one, I'll send it down. Okay. Dinosaur Adventureland, perfect place to bring your Awana Club, your Boy Scout troop. Dinosaur Adventureland, D-A-L, spelled out with the cars and people there. We have 16 lakes and ponds. All kinds of fun stuff to do. Our science center is amazing. Folks, there's a war going on. Find something to do. Get the book, The Long War Against God. Awesome. Psalms 8, the psalmist said, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. You know, God should be getting the glory for the stars and the comets and the planets, not this stupid Big Bang theory. I'm sick of it. I'm going to put a stop to it, whatever I can. There is no evidence for the Big Bang. There is no evidence for evolution. He said, verse 3, when I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon, the stars, which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him? When you go up and sit on our deck and watch the stars at night up here, you'll say, man, God, we're not really too much. We're not much, are we, Lord? It'll humble you. It should. But not the atheists. They see those stars and say, aha, nobody made it. It all came from nothing. You need help. He made the stars also. Stars mentioned in the Bible a bunch of times. See, there's a war going on, folks. It's between Satan and God. God's going to win. We read the last chapter, but meanwhile, it's pretty bad. We need to get busy and do something for him. So let's talk tonight about one more evidence that the Big Bang is a big lie. That's the lie. That's the big lie. Remember Hitler and his guys said, if you're going to tell a lie, tell a big one. The idea that everything fit in a dot smaller than a period. You cannot be possibly serious and believe that and think that that's part of science. The theory has been taught in nearly every public school, university, and museum in the world for the last 100 years. It doesn't make it true. The Big Bang, 18 or 20 billion years ago, all the matter in the universe was in a dot smaller than a period on a page. Well, how do you do that, Brother Hovind? Oh, time, takes time. See, time is the pacifier for the atheist. Sorry, baby, I know you need lots of time for your religion to look reasonable, but there are hundreds of ways to prove the universe is not billions of years old. But you evolutionists all dance around the altar. Oh, almighty time, you can do anything. You can make all the matter in the universe from a dot of nothing. We love you and worship you, almighty time. See, I love science. I taught science 15 years and still very much love science. And there's no scientific evidence for evolution. If you think there is, call Standing for Truth. I'll debate all of you at the same time. There's no evidence of any animal changing to another kind of animal. So the majority has often been wrong in the history of science, and the established science of the day had to be rejected and corrected. Now, when they used to teach all the layers of the earth formed in Noah's flood, that was taught for 2,000 years. Then in 1830, they made up the geologic column and said, oh, see, all the scientists are wrong. So was it okay in 1830 to claim everybody was wrong and get a whole new paradigm? Why don't we do it again? The geologic column is wrong, and the Bible is right. Let's keep correcting the record tonight. There is no such thing as a geologic column. All the layers are the same age. There is no fossil record. There are fossils, lots of them, but there's not a record, okay? There's no evidence of any plant or animal ever changing into a different kind. The universe is not billions of years old. Let's talk tonight about comets. There are two kinds, long period and short period comets. Long period, only see them once in a while, and they look like from the way they're probably going way out there someplace. Short period come around quite often. Long period comets, let's see. Short period comets, some are short period, they make the trip around the sun in 200 years or less, putting up a spectacular light show. You see comets at night. The most famous of these is probably Halley's Comet, seen every 70 years. Now, long period comets take a long time to go around, probably might see them once in a lifetime. Fun fact, astronomers think the entirety of Earth's water was delivered to us by comets. Well, that's a handy cop-out. You can't explain how it got here on Earth, so a comet brought it. Well, guess what? That gets another problem, doesn't it? How did the comet get it? And that's a whole lot of water to come. You know how much water's on this planet? Fly across the Pacific sometime. Yeah. What a dumb theory that comets brought it. Okay, let's see. Comets have a tail because material is being blown off of the comet. Short period comets can only last about 10,000 years maximum. Oh, they're constantly losing material. Halley's Comet is quite well known, passes the sun every 75 years. It's only going to last 10,000 years, 100 rotations, and it's gone. See, it's constantly losing material. That's what the tail is, stuff blowing off the comet. You can't just keep losing material. Pretty soon, it'll be gone. It's like your checkbook. If your outgo exceeds your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. How many have experienced that before? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, what's the lifespan of a comet? Old Earth creationist Hugh Ross. I debated him once. I'll do it again anytime. Hugh, you are wrong. God made the world in 6 days, okay? It's not millions of years old. He said the lifespan of Halley's Comet is 10,000 years. That's probably true. Other comets have given an average lifespan of 2,000. Disintegration is directly related to the orbital period. The more times it passes by the sun, the more stuff gets blown off. Duh. The more money you spend, the sooner you go broke. Did you know that? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Shouldn't all comets be gone? Yes, but there are more comets stored in deep freeze beyond Pluto. Really? Quizlet, where did you get that? Comets, we know they're here. We know they're losing material. That we know. Now, let's see. Once they get deflected out of this deep freeze, they say, these short period comets have a short lifetime. Probably no more than 10,000 years. They're constantly losing material. So I got a simple question. Why are they still here? For years, I've been mentioning comets as an evidence the universe cannot be billions of years old. A guy named Dave Madsen years ago did a whole channel just about me, a whole website. He said on his website, there are hundreds of anti-Hovind websites. Yeah, so I answer the skeptics once when I get time. He said, by the way, I've done 328 debates. I'll take you all on same time, okay? I guess I got Madsen's quote coming up later. It's been a busy day today. All right. Dr. Hovind, you're taking a lot of flack. You must be over the target. Amen. I can handle it. Okay, I got a flak jacket on. 1950, based on the study of the orbits of several long-period comets, the Dutch astronomer Jan Oort proposed, that means he hoped, he wished, he prayed, that a great shell of comets existed at the remote frontiers of the solar system, Madsen said. So Madsen said, Hovind, the reason we still have comets is because some Dutch guy back in the 1950s had a wild idea that there's more comets coming in to replace the ones that burn out. Oh, So I said, comets are burning out. They can't last more than 10,000 years. Why do we still have comets if the universe is billions of years old? He said, well, they're being replaced from the Oort cloud. Really? Better statistics, this is what Mattson said, supported the existence of the Oort cloud, put it at a distance of 50,000 astronomical units. Ooh, you know, from the distance from the Earth to the Sun, 93 million miles, that's 1 astronomical unit. That's a big ruler. 50,000? It's pretty hard to see Pluto without a good telescope, and that's only 39 astronomical units away. You think you can see a comet that's doesn't have a tail yet, because it hasn't passed the sun, just a rock. You think you can see a rock flying through space at 50,000 astronomical units? You ought to be insane. No one's ever seen the Oort cloud. It's hard to see a comet at 1 astronomical unit from the sun. That's pretty okay. So Oort never saw the Oort cloud. Oort proposed a cloud of comets surrounding the solar system based on mathematical errors. See, the non-existence of the Oort cometary cloud, astrophysics and space science, back in 1974, they knew it didn't exist. Many scientific papers are written each year about the Oort cloud, its properties, its origins, its evolution, yet there's not a shred of direct observational evidence for its existence. Even Carl Pagan knows that. There's no evidence for this Oort cloud. Comets and the Oort cloud. Though the Oort cloud has yet to be observed, the theory accounts so well for the distribution of comets' orbits that most astronomers today accept it. So why do they accept it? Because it matches their theory. Unquestioning belief that does not require proof, that's faith. Evolution's a religion. See, we need the Oort cloud, they said. Indeed, the need for a source of long-period comets, bodies that pass us less than once every 200 years, is the only evidence we have for the Oort cloud. New scientist? I bet that guy got fired for writing that. You mean the only evidence for the Oort cloud is the need for the Oort cloud? My question remains. Comets last less than 10,000 years. Why do we still have comets? Where's this Oort cloud? Well, Brother Hovind, we need the Oort cloud. Please don't take that away from us. We will start crying. Go ahead and cry, okay? When was the Oort cloud proven? 1950, the concept was resurrected by Jan Oort, who independently hypothesized or theorized its existence to explain the behavior of long-period comets. Although it has not yet been proven through direct observation, the existence of the Oort cloud is widely accepted in the scientific community. Hold it. Does that make it true? Physics.org? Stop and think. Why don't you stick with science? Teach the kids science, okay? This isn't science. Maybe the Oort cloud, the new comets might be coming from the Kuiper belt. Oh, there we go. There's a belt of more rocks flying around way out there. Now, nobody's ever seen them either. We've seen some of the big icy chunks flying around and assume it's all part of a Kuiper belt. Let's see. Overall shaped like a puffed up disk or donut. Its inner edge begins at Neptune, 30 astronomical units from the sun. So wait a minute. You're going to see a rock flying around, 62 miles in diameter, a chunk of ice, 30 astronomical units from the sun. And it goes out to 1,000. That's a long ways. It's huge. It's a region of space beyond Neptune. Kuiper belt, one of the largest structures in our solar system. Others being the Oort cloud, the heliosphere, and the magnetosphere of Jupiter. It's far out, but the Oort cloud's even further. I see. Both the Oort cloud and Kuiper belt are thought to be sources of comets. Yeah, you need them to rescue your theory, don't you? Yeah. Shares similarities with the main asteroid belt. Astronomers think the icy comets of the Kuiper belt are remains from the formation of the solar system. See, in their brain, they know the Big Bang happened. They know it blew all the fragments out. So how did we get these fragments coming back toward the Earth if they're all flying away at faster than the speed of light? We don't want to talk about that, but we do have comets. It's a problem. Neptune's gravity stirred up the region so much that small icy objects weren't able to coalesce into a large planet. So this whole cloud of ice chunks should have made a planet, but they couldn't because Neptune kept bothering them. We've only scratched the surface. 2,000 Kuiper Belt objects, KBOs, have been cataloged. Astronomers estimate there are hundreds of thousands of objects in this belt, at least 60 miles wide. Okay, let's just give them that. 60-mile wide ice chunks floating around, hundreds of thousands of them. Now let me get this straight. 18 to 20 billion years ago, all the matter in the universe, would that include all them ice chunks? Yeah. Was in a dot smaller than a period on this page. Guys, please, put the beer down, put the marijuana cigarette away, and think. Think. Let me see if I understand your position. 18 to 20 billion years ago, all the matter in the universe. Let me see now, I got to make sure I understand. All the matter, all the stars, all the planets, all these hundreds of thousands of chunks of ice bigger than 62 miles in diameter, all came from a dot, smaller than a period. You really, first of all, do you really believe that? Secondly, do you really think we are dumb enough to believe that? How did you get that? You'd have to go to college for years to be that stupid. Man, there probably used to be a lot more. Whoa, whoa. The amount of material in the Kuiper Belt today might be just a small fraction. Oh, man, if there's hundreds of thousands of them still left, and there used to be more, all that came from a dot, and they all spread out at the speed of light, but they got back together, didn't they? Yeah. Could have caused most of the original material, likely 7 times the mass of the Earth, to be lost. Oh, wow, a bunch of it's gone. Let's see. The total mass of the Kuiper Belt is estimated to be no more than 10% of the mass of the Earth. So if all these hundreds of thousands of rocks 62 miles in diameter were together, and the Earth, which is 10 times bigger, plus that's nothing compared to Jupiter, Saturn, all these other planets, and the sun. You want to put the sun in there? Whew, that's a big ball. There's a lot of stuff to put in there. Not only all that matter, all that heat and energy was in there, all in that dot, smaller than a period. Let's see, do we have a period on it? You know what they look like. Hit on your computer, there's a button. Okay. Lots of Kuiper Belts have moons. Oh, that's fine with me. It's from one of the places where comets come from. Let's see. Kuiper Belt is the source of comets. Now watch. I did this on purpose. The atheists are going to purposely devote the whole channel to how I mispronounce Cooper. They do that just to draw attention away from the stupid religion you believe in. Okay. The Kuiper Belt is a source of comets, and it very slowly erodes itself away. Pieces produced by colliding Kuiper Belt objects can be pushed by Neptune's gravity into orbits that send them sunward, where Jupiter's gravity further corrals them into short loops lasting 20 years or less. This is called the short period Jupiter family comets. Cooper didn't discover it, but it got named after him. He had political pull, I guess. Let's see. For a long time, they didn't realize they discovered it. Wow. Pluto was the first Kuiper Belt object. See, it used to be a planet when I was a kid. Now it's just a Kuiper Belt object. Poor Pluto. Anyway, I don't think he cares. We went there in 1983. The first spacecraft to enter the Kuiper Belt was NASA's Pioneer 10 when it crossed into the space beyond Neptune. But the spacecraft didn't visit any of the icy worlds. None other than Pluto had been discovered. But Voyager went there and got to see some. Okay. The first spacecraft to visit any object in the Kuiper Belt was NASA's New Horizons, which flew by Pluto and its moons. New Horizons is scheduled to fly past another Kuiper Belt in 2014. So wait a minute. They've not seen these directly, but I'll give you all the Kuiper Belt objects. I want you guys to understand how dumb it is to believe they all fit in a dot. See, preconceived notions are the locks of the door to wisdom. This is so true. So, Big Bang. Okay, class, let's start with two preconceived ideas. We know the universe came from a Big Bang 14 billion years ago. No, you don't. And we know comets don't last long. There must be a source out there to replace the ones that burn up. There must be an Oort cloud or a Kuiper Belt to keep supplying new comets. We need the Oort cloud or Kuiper Belt to keep our our theory alive. Let's start with a different preconceived idea. God created everything in 6 days, 6,000 years ago, so short period comets are no problem. The only reason you guys are doing so much research trying to find out where they're coming from is because you don't want to accept the obvious. The earth is not billions of years old. Neither is the universe. The Oort cloud is supposed to be a shell of icy objects way out there. Of course, there's no evidence for it. Okay. If comets are boiling away, why are there any left? It's a fair question. Cornell University. What did they say? Why do we still have comets? We still see comets this late in the solar system's lifetime, 4.5 billion years, because new comets occasionally fall toward the sun from the Oort cloud, 50,000 times as far from the Earth as the sun as the Earth. Why do you teach that at Cornell University? I thought you were an educational institution, not an indoctrinational institution. This is indoctrination. This isn't education. Can we see the Oort cloud? Cornell University. In the Hubble, is the Hubble telescope able to see it? No. Objects in the Oort cloud, believed to be 100,000 astronomical units, used to be 50, now it's 100, could be impossible to observe even with the best telescopes. So the Oort cloud can still only be inferred from the orbits of long-period comets. Why do they believe there's an Oort cloud? They need it to explain the comets. Proof that the Oort cloud exists, National Radio Astronomy Observatory. Answer. He said, I'm somewhat skeptical about the Oort cloud. The answer they gave, there is what one would call indirect observational evidence for the Oort cloud. It has been known since 1932, first proposed by Ernst Oppik, then updated by Jan Oort, that one needs a source for long-period comets that is beyond the orbit of Pluto. I'm not making this up, okay? This is what they're saying. This source of long-period comets, which are gravitationally bound to our sun, right, 50,000 astronomical units away, a 62-mile rock or ice chunk is attracted to our sun. All hundreds of thousands of them. Also, we've seen Kuiper belts, debris orbiting at distances of 30 to 50 around other stars. As the Oort cloud is likely a continuation of the Kuiper belt, these properties appear to be common remnants of the star formation process. You've never seen a star form at all, Jeff. Why will you say this? Note that our abilities to detect small bodies, a few tens of kilometers in diameter, in the Kuiper belt and the Oort cloud region are improving. Now, they haven't seen any yet, but look what he said. Our ability to detect them is improving. That's code word for send more money so we can build a bigger telescope. Yeah. Using techniques such as background star occultation. That's where a star is there and something goes in front of it and the star gets dim for a second. You say, oh, something went in front of it for a minute. Wow, bug on the windshield. Making the ultimate characterization of the Oort cloud inhabitants in the next few decades a good possibility. So if we had more money in the next 10 to 20 years, we might find proof of it. Yeah. Mattson said to me, I'm sorry, fellas, if you want to use the comet argument as proof of a young solar system, it's up to you to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the Oort cloud and other sources don't exist. Dave, I don't know what grade you're in now, but stop and think for a minute. I have to prove it doesn't exist. You need the Oort cloud to rescue your religion, and so you claim it exists, and I've got to prove it doesn't? This is called shifting the burden of proof. No, Dave. That's why the atheists want to debate me on all kinds of stuff about the Bible. No. I'm not trying to make that be taught in the public schools. You want your religion taught. The burden of proof's on you. Where's the evidence for evolution? Jeannie Scott does comments on our channel all the time. I don't know if it's the same Jeannie Scott at Berserkly. If it is, I hope so. I'll debate you anytime on evolution. Where's the evidence? She wants to debate me on Bible topics. This is not the purpose. I'm not making that be taught. You're asking, demanding, everybody pay for your religion to be taught. Burden of proof's on you, Jeannie, and the rest of you out there. Okay. He said, it's up to you to prove it doesn't exist. Dave, suppose I said, watermelons are blue on the inside until you cut the skin. As soon as you cut the skin, it turns red. Prove I'm wrong. Come on now. Shifting the burden of proof, huh? I got a theory about the comets and why we still have comets. You ready? 6,000 years ago, God created everything in 6 days. The universe is 6,000 years old, not billions, okay? The heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament showeth his handiwork. Evolution theory has sun and stars evolving before the earth. God said he made the earth before the sun and stars. Jesus answered them. He said, take heed lest any man deceive you. Don't be deceived. Beware lest any man spoil you. Some of you weren't paying attention, and some teacher taught you the Oort cloud, didn't they? And they taught you evolution. And they taught you you're related to a strawberry, didn't they, Dave? Yeah. Go get your money back for that degree and learn some real science. God made the world, okay? Paul said, Timothy, be careful about oppositions of science falsely so-called. Evolution is not science. It's a religion. So, 6,000 years ago, God made everything. The moon, Io, Saturn's rings, the moon named Io, our moon, and comets. All show clearly this universe is not billions of years old. He couldn't have said it more clearly. He wrote it on a rock with his finger in the Ten Commandments. God wrote it on a rock with his own finger. In 6 days, the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is. Moses then broke them when he came down and got mad, so the next time he came up, God said, this time you write them, son. So Moses chiseled them on the second rock, if they're still available somewhere, I don't know. If you study the Bible and real science, you will conclude the Bible is scientifically accurate. God made everything in 6 days. That's the only way it works. All the symbiotic relationships, you know, certain plants need certain animals, certain plants need certain insects to pollinate them. That's a whole series on itself. How did that evolve separately? See, God made it all in 6 days, just like he said. And it's going to hit you when you really study this science and the Bible. It's going to hit you in 2 stages. You're going to say, wow, the Bible's true. Then about a week later, you're going to say, oh no, the Bible's true. Oh no, yeah, you got to get ready for judgment. God's going to say, I told you I made it all in 6 days. My book clearly shows it was 6,000 years ago. Why would you think I lied? You think your little scientists were smarter than me? Sorry, depart from me. Sad day. Okay, anybody coming from Asheville, give me a call, 855 Big Dino extension 3. I need that, all that taxidermy stuff. Billy, we might have to add on to the Science Center again. Well, we added on about 60 feet for the first half of the taxidermy collection, and that's incredible. And that was only half. You guys ready to do some more building?
Yep, always.
Are you done with your previous list?
Nope.
Quit? Hey, you got to quit sleeping. That's what I do. I just can't. Okay. Titus, you ready for another project? Always. Okay, good. Amen. Got to find him a wife first, and then he'll be happy. Okay, see you tomorrow.